Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learning Electronics. In the previous lecture, we have studied some basics of HTML and we had also understood the role of HTML, CSS and JavaScript in building the web pages. So if you haven't seen that video, please go and see that video once so that you can get better understanding of HTML and the role of HTML, CSS and JavaScript in building the web pages. In this lecture, we are going to study about Visual Studio Code and Live Server. Now let us see what are the topics we are going to cover in this lecture. First, we are going to understand the simple text editor given in your operating system to edit and run the HTML code. Secondly, we are going to see the installation of VS Code along with running a simple program of HTML in the VS Code editor. Then we will install the live server, which is the extension provided in the VS Code itself, and we are going to see what is the use of live server. Now let us quickly see the document structure of HTML. I have explained the HTML document structure in the previous lecture also very clearly, but in this lecture we are going to see only brief introduction of this HTML document structure. The first line of HTML document structure is doc type HTML. It is the first line in the HTML document structure and it represents the version of HTML. Here we are using the HTML version 5. It also tells the browser that the document which is rendering is a HTML document. Then we have HTML element or HTML tag. This is the root element of HTML document because every tag used inside the HTML document structure will present inside this HTML tag except this doc type HTML tag. Inside the HTML tag or HTML element we have two elements. One is head element, another one is body element. Inside this head tag we have meta information. About this meta information I have explained in the previous lecture. Then we have title tag. In this title tag the content is title of the web page. But the very important thing is whatever we write inside this head tag cannot be seen on the browser. Then we have body tag. Whatever we write inside this body tag, whatever the elements and their contents we use in this body tag can be seen on the browser. So this is very important tag when we write the HTML code because whatever we write inside this body tag will be seen on the browser. So this is the basic document structure of HTML. Now let us see the editors used in the operating system. We have Mac operating system and we have Windows operating system. In the Windows operating system, the simplest editor is Notepad, and in the Mac operating system, the editor is TextEdit. So first we will understand how to edit the HTML code and how to run the HTML code on the browser with the help of Notepad. So first we will open the Notepad. Then we will write the HTML code. Then we will save that file with the extension filename .html. When that file is saved on the desktop or any folder, then we will double click on the file. The page will be opened on the web browser. Now how to edit the code and run the code on the Mac operating system on the text edit present in the Mac operating system. First we will open this text edit. Then go to the preferences by right clicking on the text edit icon. Then we will set the format as plain text. Then again we will restart the app. Then we will write the HTML code and again we will save that file with the extension filename.html. And when we double click on that file, the web page will be opened on the browser. So these are the steps when we use Mac operating system's text edit. Because I am using Windows 10, so I will show the editing of text and running the HTML code with the help of Notepad. Now let us go to our desktop. This is the boilerplate code of HTML. Here we have title tag inside the head tag and whatever the contents written inside the body tag will be displayed on the browser. So first we will give title of our web page. Let us write here welcome. Then we will take one heading element, that is H1 element, and we will display some text here. So we want to display welcome to our channel Learning Electronics on the web page. Now what we will do? We will save this file with the extension welcome.html. Now I will write here welcome.html. We will save this file on desktop. Press save. Now go to the desktop. Here you can see the file has come. Now we will double click on this HTML file. Here you can see welcome to our channel Learning Electronics. So we have created one web page like this. Now page title, it is coming welcome. That means whatever we write in the title, it will come on this title bar of the browser. Here you can see this is the H1's content we are looking on the browser because we have written this content inside the body tag. Now let us see the installation of Visual Studio Code on our PC. So Visual Studio Code, which is commonly referred as VS Code, is an open source code editor developed by Microsoft for Windows, Linux and Mac operating system. So it has a special features for debugging, syntax highlighting, intelligent code completion, snippets, and it has code refactoring feature, and the VS Code also provided embedded Git in it. So Visual Studio Code is an open source code editor which is used to write the code with some extra features and to edit the code and run the code on the browser. Here on the search bar of google.com, we will search VS Code installation, or simply you can write VS Code. Click on this first link. In this site you can see the VS Code can be installed for Windows, for Linux as well as for Mac operating system. So as we are using Windows in our PC, we will click on Windows. Then we will click on this download button. Here you can see VS Code has started installing. Now we will open the folder. Now we will double click on this setup. Then click on this I accept the agreement. Then click on next button. Then again next button. Then again next button. Now we have some options here. First one is create a desktop icon. So if you want to create a desktop icon, you can click on this. Then we have two options more, that is add open with code. So click on these options also, so that if you right click on any folder created on the PC, then you can open that folder or file with the VS Code. After selecting these options, again we will click on the next button. Now we'll click on this install button. It will take some time to install. Now the VS Code has installed completely. Here one option is there, launch Visual Studio Code. So if you want to launch this application now, then you can select this, otherwise deselect this option and click on finish. Now we will go to the desktop. Here you can see the icon of Visual Studio Code has come on the desktop. Now let's create one folder on the desktop with the name welcome. Now right click on this folder and here one option has come, open with code. This option also we have selected while installing the VS Code. Now click on this option. Now you can see this folder opened in the Visual Studio Code. Now here you can see some more icons beside this welcome. This is the first icon which represents the new file, and this is another icon which represents the new folder. So if you want to create a folder inside this welcome folder, you can click on this icon, and if you want to create a file inside this welcome folder, you can click on this first icon. Okay, so now I will click on this first icon and create an HTML file with an extension .html. Now we can write HTML code here. Now you can see some more icons in the left hand side. This first icon is the file icon which represents the present files which we are currently working on. Then this is the search icon. We can search anything from the present folder, that is from welcome folder. Then we have two more icons. This one is source control icon. This is the run and debug icon. So presently We are not using this, so we will not study these icons now. Next very important icon is extension icon. When we click on this icon, we can install extensions important while working on the VS Code. Now we will write here boilerplate code of HTML. For this we don't have to write each and every line of the boilerplate code as we have written in the notepad. Here we just have to write exclamatory mark. Okay, so here one option has come, exclamatory mark, then it is written emit abbreviation. So when we click on this option, basic boilerplate code of HTML has come automatically. Now to see the content of the body tag on the browser or to run our code on the browser, we have to install a very important extension provided in the VS Code. This live server is a Visual Studio Code extension which enables developers to preview their work in real time. This live server extension eliminates manually refreshing the browser each time you make any changes. That means we don't have to refresh each and every time whenever we change any part of the code while working on the VS Code. Now let us see how to install this live server in the VS Code. Click on this extension icon in the VS Code. Now here in the search bar we will write live server. Click on this first option. Then here we will click install. Live server has started installing. The live server has been installed. Now go to the file hello.html. Here now we will write our code in this body tag. Again we will take the heading element, that is h1 element, and write some content so that that content will be displayed on the browser. Here you can see VS Code is automatically showing this option of h1 tag. I have written welcome to my channel. Now save this file, and bottom right hand side you can see go live option is coming because we have installed live server in our VS Code. Now we will click on this go live. Now our server is starting. So here you can see as soon as you click on the go live button, we are getting welcome to my channel on the browser. So in this way we can write, edit and create the web page with the help of VS Code. Now let us see method of applying indentation to our code in the VS Code. First we will click on this extension icon. Make sure that your internet is on. Then we will write Prettier in the search bar. So click on this first option, install the Prettier, which is a code formatter. Now close this. Click on this setting icon provided in the bottom side. Then from here we go to setting option. Now here we will write code formatter. You have to select Prettier as our default code formatter if it is not selected. Now in the settings we have option users. Under this option users we have text editor. Click on this text editor. We will get formatting option here under this. Now in the formatting option we have to select these two options. First one is format a file on save. Then we have to select controls whether the editor should automatically format the line after typing. After selecting both these options, we will again go to the file and check whether this Prettier code formatter is working or not. Go to this HTML file, and now we will remove this indentation provided here. We have removed the indentation. Now the indentation should be applied as soon as we save this file. So go to the file and save. As you can see, the code has been perfectly intended using Prettier code formatter. So that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe my channel for more updates.